Howdy, you two, and welcome back to the Comic Fix, where tonight, my dog Willie, who's on his mound of blankets, just watching over us as we review this comic. I am reviewing Justice League Odyssey issue number 4. Now, Justice League Odyssey, I have thought, at times, it may be one of the top 10 best DC comics going at the moment. And with that, I am kind of disappointed with this issue. Now we start off with all these worshippers worshipping to Cyborg. Now the whole story has been up to this point is that Cyborg, Starfire, Azrael, and Green Lantern, I forget what her name is, and Darkseid have all gone to this ghost sector. And they find these statues of them as gods. And so they all been going to all these different planets and seeing that they're a planet that worships a single individual, and this one's for Cyborg. The art in here, I think, is okay. At times, it's not as good as what it has been in the previous issue. Sometimes it feels a little bit rushed, and I feel like the dialogue itself is not as strong. But I am intrigued to see where the story is going. And it was okay to see this whole entire moment where Cyborg is surrounded by all these admirers, all these worshippers, and you find out that these people are trying to make themselves more like Cyborg, trying to make themselves more like a machine. And of course, he mentions in this book, or in this issue, how he reminds me of his football days where he was basically worshipped as this great football player. And how he doesn't like that. And you get this payoff at the end of the book, which I won't ruin, because I hate ruining the book. But it kind of goes against what is being said at this very moment. But we got them going off and being like, alright, we're going to go check out this planet. Because these are just defected or people who ran away from the actual planet that Cyborg is worshipped on, and so they decide we're gonna come back to him when we fix our ship. And of course we go on to this planet that has a part that's gonna fix the ship that they came to the ghost sector with. And I do this whole entire thing where you see this because the one thing with the first two issues, I forget who was the artist, but he had a very distinct look for all the heroes where they were more. Sometimes you see Cyborg as more bulky, but in there he was very slim. So was Darkseid. So when you see the characters now, like when you see, let's see this picture, or this moment with Darkseid, and you see him as a more bulky character, where in the previous issues he was very slender and very sleek. And at that moment, I didn't really recognize Darkseid, but now he's got the bulk back with this new artist. And this issue kind of goes back and forth. It doesn't really get a whole entire fix on where the story's actually going. It kind of feels like the story's starting to lose itself. But is it a bad comic? No. Or a bad issue, I should say. No, it's not. But we do get this big old fight between Azrael and Cyborg, because these aliens, they think, to prove that our God is who he says he is, we're gonna have him fight. And because we've had all these false gods come before and say that they are Cyborg. So this big old fight with Azrael goes on, and the outcome I kind of do like. I won't ruin the outcome, but it was very instant, and I was like, okay, Cyborg is a badass, and he does get signed to shine in here. But the issue as a whole, I don't feel like it was as good as the previous issues before it. So if this is the worst that this series has to offer, then I'm actually thinking we're in for a good time. Hopefully within the next couple issues, because it's kind of, the Justice League Odyssey has gotten this pace where first issue was getting introduced to the ghost world and finding out, oh my god, all these people are looked at as gods. And then the second issue we saw Starfire. Now we get to see Cyborg. Next will be Azrael, and so on and so forth. So I'm intrigued to see more of Darkseid and how he plays into the book, because he has not been really prominent in the series up until now. Up until this point, he's been more in a couple pages here, maybe a couple panels there, but not really anything that just grabs at you, because you know that there's something more. So I'm wondering how much more this Justice League Odyssey has, because at the moment, with this single issue, I just don't know if I see a long-term goal for it. So if it is like just going to be a 12 issues, I think it'll be a good 12 issues. But I'm intrigued to see what they have next, because with this single issue, this whole God situation, I don't know if it's going to withstand a whole 6 issues. But who will know? For now, Justice League Odyssey gets a 5 out of 10. It's okay. It's not the best. But if you've read this book, what do you guys think about it? Let me know down below. If you like what you've seen here, remember, rate, comment, subscribe. My name's David, and I love talking about comics. And if you love comics yourself, please subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time on The Comic Fix.